So, Sue Surf, aka Rajon Cox, went in front of a federal court judge yesterday and pled guilty to racketeering charges and a federal gun charge. What does that mean for him? I think a lot of us already know. Let's talk about it.
Let me check niggas' temperatures.
Jazz the ass. You just never know. You get on people saying like, I have a bar though, because he kept saying Vicky, Vicky, Vicky.
I ain't want to bring up the Gilly. I ain't want to bring up ARAB.
Now let's just say it came out that his story.
Nigga, stop ball strong, nigga. Get out ball strong.
What's the word? What's the word, man? Make sure y'all hit that like button, that subscribe button on your way in. Appreciate all the support. But let's get right into it, man. Prayers up to the wave. Free Sue Surf. Prayers up to his mother. Prayers up to his daughter, man. It's not looking good. I'm just gonna be quite frank. First of all, we all know anytime the feds get involved, the feds have a 90% conviction rate. So if they coming at your ass, pause, they got you. If they at you, they got you. They're going to, they're playing, they're fishing. They're going to let that line out as far as you want to take it, and they're going to let you nibble on that bait, and they're going to let you take the bait and take it and carry it on out there. But slowly and surely, they're going to reel you in, build up that evidence, and by the time they actually reel you in and bring in that fish, they got everything that they need. So unfortunately, it looks like Sue Surf will be serving some serious time. You can go to the United States Attorney's Office, District of New Jersey, and read this article. I'm gonna go ahead and share it. I'll go ahead and read it. It says Newark, New Jersey, a member of a New Jersey street gang admitted his role in a racketeering conspiracy and possessing firearms and ammunition as a convicted felon. U.S. Attorney Philip R. Sellinger announced today. Rajon Cox, aka Sue Surf 32 of Newark, pleaded guilty by video conference on April 27th before a U.S. District Judge Susan D. Wigston to 2 counts of superseding the indictment, charging him with racketeer, influence, corruption organizations. That's what RICO stands for. Conspiracy and possession of firearms and ammunition by a convicted felon. According to documents filed in this case and statements made in court from 2015 through September 22nd, 2022, Cox was a member of the Rolling 60s Neighborhood Crips, a criminal enterprise responsible for acts of violence and the distribution of controlled substances in New Jersey and elsewhere. Cox held a leadership role within the enterprise. March 8th, 2017, Cox shot a firearm at a gang rival. July 24th, 2019, in Essex County, New Jersey, Cox, a conviction felon, knowingly possessed 2 loaded firearms. The racketeering conspiracy count is punishable by a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. The charge of being a felon in possession of a weapon is punishable by a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. Both counts are punishable by a fine of up to $250,000. Sentencing is scheduled for September 12th, 2023. And then it just has all the different jurisdictions and departments that had anything to do with the investigation itself. And all of that is listed here. But again, you can go to the United States Attorney Office for District of New Jersey, and then they have the full indictment if you want to download that and read that. Needless to say, Sue Surf is facing some serious charges. He's facing up to 30 years. He did plead guilty, but it's a lot of things that you got to think about when even though he pled guilty. What did they have to do to capture him? Now it's already been reported and documented that he barricaded himself in the house with the young woman for multiple hours, and that they were almost forced to, well, they had to go get him. They had to go get him, and that intensifies everything. That when the prosecution goes to the judge, they're going to say, well, look what we had to do to capture him. he barricaded himself. We had to use all these types of resources, the FBI, the SWAT. We had to use everybody. He then had a civilian in there, which the prosecuting attorney could twist and turn that and manipulate that to be, it was a hostage situation. He put her in danger. So this is not a good situation. And I know I've been in the spaces, you know what I'm saying, Sue Surf calling Cola, calling Polo, talking to Black Compass Media, and there has been a lot of falsehood told about this Sue Surf case. Sue Surf ain't getting out no time soon. He's not getting out no time soon. You think the gun charge, with him already being a convicted felon with a gun charge, you already know he's going to get some time associated with that off rip. I would assume, and then you have the racketeering, which carries up to 20, so he's looking at 30. I'm expecting, honestly, somewhere in the realm between 7 to 12 years. Unfortunately, I'm thinking 7 to 12 years for this. Now, pleading guilty, you know, it alludes to a lot of different things, but that's not always the case. That's not always the case. Just because you plead guilty doesn't mean you gave up anybody, you gave up information. We're not even going to start that narrative. So, but we do know that he did plead guilty. Sentencing is September 12th. That is a long time to wait in jail to know the outcome of your future. This is a huge disappointment to the battle rap community, obviously, but most importantly to his family, his mother, his daughter. We know Sue Surf was, I mean, he was at his peak. He was at his peak in the battle rap world. He was at his peak with his music. He had just got done performing at Coachella. We know he had everything locked up with the battle rap thing since he came back with the John battles. He battled Twerk. He battled Cortez. And he battled JC. He really was putting himself to be at the forefront. He was the biggest voice in battle rap. And this is just a sad situation. A lot of our Black kings end up in situations like this. They end up really either going to jail or ultimately going to the cemetery before they get to really grasp the level of success that they have created for themselves. By the time they understand how valuable their life truly is, they've done too much. They've done too much. So this is a sad situation, man. Again, like I said, if you were to ask me how many years I think he's ultimately going to get, again, he did plead guilty. He's facing up to 30 years. I think if he gets 7 to 12, I think that's good. If he gets 7 to 12, I'm taking that and I'm running if I'm him. Because you facing 30, we don't even know if battle rap going to be around in 5 years, let alone a decade. It's 2023, so you figure if he gets 7 years, that's 2030. You think battle rap is going to be the same? Do you think it's going to look the same? And again, like I said, I've heard him talking to spaces about his next battle coming home, the battling easy and things of that nature. I think we have to talk that talk and keep his spirits lifted up. And we can allude to those things. We can hope for those things. But realistically, that shit ain't happening. Realistically, he ain't coming home no time soon. And I think when he does come home, I think he needs to focus solely on the music. You know what I'm saying? Let the battle rap be what the battle rap is going to be. Do your special, you know what I'm saying? Battle here and there. Never forget where you came from. But I think at this point in time, man, your voice has outgrown battle rap. Your star power is outgrowing battle rap. And this is, like I said, for him to be really at the top of his game and to kind of have his umpire crumble within, man, it's a sad situation, but it's a consistent theme in our community. We got to figure out how to break the generational curses that the systemic curses that we face. And at the end of the day, man, just prayers up to Sue Surf, prayers up to his family, prayers up to his friends, prayers up to his constituents. And, you know, September 12th, we'll be here and we will cover that in great detail. And you know, whatever you want to do. I know you can still reach out to New Nails for letters. If you want to send Sue Surf letters, you want to put money on his books, things of that nature, you can definitely reach out to New Nails in that fashion. But it's just, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. When you gangster, they already say it's only two options for you. It's either jail or it's the cemetery. So this isn't an outcome that we should be surprised about. This shouldn't be an outcome that Sue Surf should be surprised about. He survived being shot multiple times. He survived an attempted murder. You know what I'm saying? And he's gotten, honestly, he got opportunities. He got a gun charge. He got out of a gun charge. I think, you know what I'm saying, he shot somebody. He got out of that. Like, how many times does life have to tell you need to slow down and take this more seriously? How many times do we get into a situation by the time we realize it's gone too far, it's well past anything we can manage, anything we can rectify? I know Sue Surf was doing a lot of good, and we know Sue Surf was, I think, changing around his life for the better for sure. You know what I'm saying? He had moved out of Newark, moved down to Atlanta. He is focused in on battle rap, focused in on the music. And we saw the productivity that came out of that. We saw the productivity, but at the end of the day, you can't run away from your past. And that's what this is, man. Your past will always come back to haunt you. So prayers up to Sue Surf again, man. Definitely praying for him, his mother, his daughter. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Again, if y'all want to read about this more in detail, you can go to United States Attorney's Office for District of New Jersey. They have the total indictment and they have a summary of what happened in court. But this is Temperature Check. I am your host as always, man. Mr. Check the Temperature. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And you know the motto. I ain't getting started. I've been here.